Hello, my name is Kwon. In this video, I will show you how to calculate the five summary numbers, mean, max, quartile 1, 2, and 3, which can be considered a basic preparation for the box and whisker plot. Here's the problem we have. If I have a sample of 30 students in classroom, my task is to find out the five summary numbers of the student scores in the last math exam. The data of 30 students is given randomly as below. But you should remember that this dataset is just randomly selected, which means it hasn't been sorted orderly. So firstly, you must rearrange the dataset from smallest to largest, because it would affect the selection of your calculations. Hence, we have the rearranged data like this. You can use your writing or using Excel or anything you can do. Now you can imagine this ordered dataset is put into a box. Then we divide this box into 4 parts equally. Each part includes 25% of the total number of students. So the mean or the minimum is the lowest value in the dataset, which is the first value of the data, x1. The max or maximum is the highest value in the dataset, which is the last value of the data, x30. For the 3 quartiles, they are the values that are located in the position of the next 25% of the total students. As you can see, quartile 1 is located in the first 25% of the data. So we have this formula to identify Q1, which is xn plus 1 over 4. Similarly, Q2 is the next 25% of the data. So Q2 divides the data into 2 identical parts, one on the left 50% and one on the right 50%. So its position is exactly in the middle of the data. Hence Q2 is also known as the median. So we have the formula for Q2 is xn plus 1 over 2. Finally, Q3, you can see Q3 here. It is located in the next 25%. You can see the position of Q3 is 3 times higher than the position of Q1. So the formula of Q3 is exactly 3 times of position of Q1, which is x3 multiplied by n plus 1 over 4. So after writing these formulas, we are going to calculate the 5 summary numbers by looking at the rearranged data. Hence, mean is x1, which is 1, the lowest score in the class. The max is x30, which is 10, the highest score. Q1 is equal to x7.75. So we round it up to x8, which is 6. Q2 is equal to x15.5. Here, you must be careful, as I see many students got the wrong answer in this case. You must not round it up to x16, but you would rather analyze it into the average of x15 and x16, because 15 plus 16 over 2 is exactly 15.5. Is it okay? Okay, so x15 is 7 and x16 is 7. So the average is 7. In this case, because x15 and x16 are coincidentally equal to each other, so the average is the same. But it doesn't mean that you are able to round it up to x16. Please remember, if you have any result with a 0.5 behind, you must stack an average of the two values like this. And lastly, the Q3 is 3 times of 7.75, which is x 23.25. So we round it down to x 23, which is 8. Okay, so we have learned how to rearrange the dataset and calculate the final summary numbers. Actually, I might not be the master in math or statistics, but I really hope I can share my knowledge and experience in teaching statistics to help you guys understand and resolve your problems in the easiest ways. So if you see my video is useful, please happily like, comment, or subscribe. Anything would be a great motivation for me to produce more useful videos. And now, thanks very much for watching. See you guys in the next videos.